want to talk about the one thing that everybody's had the wool thrown over their eyes about, that's the ability to be able to access cannabis medicine in Australia. It's a fallacy. It's a complete fallacy. There is no such thing as the ability to be able to access cannabis medicine. There is no cannabis medicine in Australia whatsoever. If anyone asks you, it's your job to tell them cannabis is not legal to me or my sick and dying family.
A lot of you know me as Katrina Mosley on Facebook. So I have a daughter, Caitlin, right here with 19 medical conditions ranging from refractory epilepsy, scoliosis, hypertonia, plagioccephaly, macrocephaly, communicating hydrocephalus, chronic lung disease, obstructive sleep apnea with hyperventilation, hip dysplasia, and the list goes on. For 3 years now I've been fighting to try and get a legal cannabis product for my daughter, and I'm going around in circles. I get promised everything and nothing's happening. Back in January, Jeanette Young said my daughter can stay on the medical products what she's on today. She told me it's not an amnesty, but my daughter can stay on the 3 illegal cannabis products. Will she put that in writing for me? No, she won't. Then we've got palliative care at Lady Slento Children's Hospital. They'd prefer to give my daughter oxycodone, oxycontin, endone, Tramal, gabapentin, and Vasatis patches instead of prescribing cannabis to my child. Now my daughter's meant to be on these opiates until she's 15 years old, until they can remove her hip joint, because her dislocated hip, she's had 3 hip operations and nothing's helped. So the only thing they can do is remove a whole hip joint, but they won't do that until she's 15. So they want me to drug my daughter up on all these opiates, suppress her breathing, put her on high flow oxygen, and have her sedated in bed every day until she's 15. Instead of me giving my daughter a drop of cannabis where she's accessing the community and has a quality of life.
Unfortunately, I'm sure most of us here are aware that little Sulie passed away not long ago. And before I invite Steve up to speak, as a mark of respect, I'd like us just to have a minute's silence in memory of Sulie.
We could not access a legal product for Sulie. The hospital refused to do a prescription. We just could not do it. Nobody would do it. I think it's being blocked and they're being intimidated by higher up. They deny it, but what other reason can there be?
Stop taking our children away!
It gives me great joy to see so many courageous, caring, compassionate people here who have the courage to stand up against this callous, cruel, criminal government who are withholding this natural medicine from the people that need it.
My name is Tammy. I'm a mum of 2 and I am battling some chronic health conditions. For most of my life I've been heavily medicated with strong addictive pharmaceutical drugs and practically housebound. I did not see any value in my life. I used to wait for the day my illness would get the better of me.
Deb, and our other lovely lady speakers have touched on the point that the government keep you running around in circles. They don't care. They know that cannabis cures. They know that they are keeping people sick by keeping it illegal, but they're doing this on purpose.
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
The worst thing that we're seeing is people passing away without access. Them not being able to access the medicine in their last days is something quite traumatic, obviously, if they've been put in hospital. They've previously been on the medication, and then the medical associations and the people in power are there to tell them no, they're not allowed to have those last days with the medicine that's been giving the comfort that has for the last few months of their life. So that's quite terrifying.
I've also tried to negotiate the legal application processes through both my specialists and my GPs, and failed because these laws are set up for people not to get medicine. This has left me with no other option but to grow my own plants and make my own medicine, have it stolen by the stormtroopers to keep my symptoms at bay. I'm so angry. I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit that we're forced to live through. I'm treated like a common criminal. And when I say bring it on, I'm over it, I mean it. And I'm going to fight these charges, not just for me, but for every other Queensland patient as well. Yeah. I'll be joined by MCUA members and protesters outside Queensland Health, where I'll be serving 4 subpoenas on them today. Yeah.
I will promise that one day we will have legalised cannabis medicine, and it's people like yourselves that are standing in front of us that we've got to be thankful for these changes. Just keep fighting, please. It's more important than you would ever believe every day not to lose sight of what can be a new future for Australia in therapy. And thank you for coming today.